This is Garrick, and today I'm going to be showing you around the Windows settings as well as some handy keyboard shortcuts and some general advice that everyone should know, but some of you probably don't. Alright, so first off, we're going to want to open up the Start menu here and go to Settings because, well, that's where it all is. We're going to start with System here, and we're going to go ahead and start with Display. First of all, if you're using your device late at night, you might want to turn this on or get an external program that does the same thing. This will make it so that it dims the nights. It makes it so that you have warmer light coming from your screen at night, so you reduce eye strain and get more sleep. And next up, if you find things a little small, you can go to the Zoom tab here and zoom in a little. But as you can see, some things will not respond to it until you sign out of the computer. And yeah, all right. Now we can also change the resolution here, but it won't go any bigger than the actual screen. If it is somehow set bigger, some things will get cut off on the edge of the screen. This is where you go fix that. And if your screen somehow ends up getting rotated, like this, oh god, this is where you go fix that. But your mouse doesn't rotate with the screen, so that could be a little annoying to deal with. It's hard to get to here, but yeah. Next up, we're going to go into power and sleep. This is where you can tell this is where you can tell the computer how long to wait before it'll shut off the screen, meaning the screen will go completely black, and how long it'll take before your computer goes to sleep, which puts it in a low power state where it keeps all your apps open and whatnot, but doesn't turn off. And next up, well, I would cover the battery option, but as I'm on a PC, it's not here. Basically, it'll tell you how much battery you have left, about how long it'll last, and what is using the most of your battery. There's also these battery saving tips, but don't go to the link. It's not really that helpful. It's just like, hey, you should probably maybe not have a million things open at once. Oh, I mentioned here it says that you need to sign out and sign in. Some people think signing out and signing back in counts as a restart. Well, it kinda doesn't. A restart is when you go down to the start menu here, right click the power button here, and click restart. That's it's not actually a true restart either. That is a soft reset. A hard reset is when you completely shut down the computer and then turn it back on. Obviously, I won't be doing that because I'm recording here. Next up is storage. This shows you this shows you all the disks you have, which is where all your data is stored, because that's what disks do, as well as how much space on it is used and how much space you have. Strongly recommend turning on storage space here if you haven't already, as it will delete temporary data files that aren't being used and won't be used, so nothing important, and files that have been in the recycle bin for a long time, which again, obviously won't be used. And that brings me to another important point. If you right click and delete something, that's not going to usually delete it. Usually it'll send it into the recycle bin here. I just cleaned mine out, so it's kind of empty right now. But right clicking and deleting a file from in here, that's how you actually get rid of it. Even then, it's not the best way to get rid of it, but we'll go over that in a sec. Ignore this. Alright, anyway, that's all we're going to cover here. Next up, we're going to go over to apps, and this is where you go to delete stuff. Now, if you find your computer's running slow, you're probably going to want to come over here and filter this by size. Here you can see the biggest files on your computer, starting from the top, and the smallest ones way down here at the bottom, as well as the ones that don't have a size listed, either because they're so pitifully small that they don't even count, or they're unavailable for some reason. But if you find your computer is running a bit slow, come here, delete some stuff and maybe free up some space and make it run a little faster. Next up, we have the default apps tab. This is where you can set what will happen when you like open an email or play some music or click on a link or a photo or whatever. So if you have like a favorite web browser or photo viewer or whatever, this is where you go set it up. For example, I use Google Chrome because it's the best one. In my opinion, you can use whatever you want. Just uh yeah. Alright, so next up we're gonna go to devices here. And now this is where things are gonna look a lot different based on your device. Because obviously this is a home computer. I don't have a trackpad over here, but you probably will. And if for whatever reason your trackpad isn't working, you're going to need to connect an external mouse or use the arrow keys on your keyboard to navigate your way over here. It'd be right in between mouse and typing here, somewhere around mouse here. You'd have to come over here and see what the heck is wrong with it, and then troubleshoot from there. Or if you can't figure it out, send it down to tech support or CybeRoyals or whatever, and we'll try and fix that for you. All right, next up, we're going to talk about network and internet. This is the place to go to if your Wi-Fi does not seem to be working. Obviously, mine is working just fine. But if your Wi-Fi does not seem to be working for whatever reason, then you can come here and check on the status of it, see if it's something wrong with your computer or something wrong with the internet itself. And you can also see what you're connected to, and a bunch of other stuff. Which this actually brings me to something important about the school Wi-Fi. There's a bunch of access points set up all over the school, and if you come in on one side of the school, say you're down the A hallway for one class, and then you have to go all the way across the school to the CCA for your next period. If you find your Wi-Fi is being particularly slow, like slower than normal, which is quite impressive for school Wi-Fi, because it's probably just, as far as I know, it's just an antenna with a potato in it, or a potato with an antenna in it. But if you find your Wi-Fi is being especially slow, it might be because it didn't disconnect from the old hotspot on the other side of the building and it's still trying to talk with that one from the CCA. So if that's happening, if your Wi-Fi is being really, really slow, go down here, click on this, click disconnect, and then just reconnect to it. And that should hopefully fix things up. If not, again, come down to CyberWorlds, we'll see what we can do. Alright, that's all for settings now. Now we're going to talk about some useful little keyboard shortcuts. For example, if you press Control Shift Escape, you can open up to Task Manager directly instead of pressing Control Delete and going to Task Manager. And sorry, I'm just blinded with that background. No, it's not the best color for that. But yeah, Task Manager, usually used for closing unresponsive programs. Just be careful it in itself does not become an unresponsive program. That's bad. Then some useful shortcuts for on the internet here. If you press the space bar, obviously you'll scroll down. Think about everyone knows that, but what you don't know, press Shift and the space bar, you'll scroll right back up. And I can't show this due to copyright reasons, but if you're watching a video on YouTube, you can press J to rewind 10 seconds, L to fast forward by 10 seconds, and K to pause. Now normally you can just use the arrow keys for 5 seconds at a time, and spacebar to pause, but that doesn't really work unless you actually pause the video and have the progress bar as your main thing. However, J, K, and L will work regardless of where you click last. So let's say you clicked on settings to like turn off annotations or something. Pressing JK, normally pressing spacebar would just reopen the settings and the arrow keys wouldn't do a darn thing. but pressing J, K, and L will work regardless of where you clicked last. So that's pretty neat. And so that's about it. And one bonus little, not really a tip, just a cool little Easter egg. If you if you click on the video and then type in awesome, something, well, awesome will happen. I won't say just what, but it's pretty neat. You should check it out sometime. Not in class, obviously, but at some time. And that's it. I hope I was able to help you in some sort of way. Sorry for being a stuttering pile of stutter and confusion. Uh, well, thanks for watching. Uh, I'd say see you next time, but I don't know if I'm ever making more of these. So, uh, have a good day.